My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Atomicrops. Should I change character? No, not change character. No, I'm going to want to try and explore as early as possible, as much as possible. And this character's got a little bit of a leg up on... Speaking of a leg up on that, we've also got stats up for farming and fighting stats increased by 2, as well as the Butcher's Bayonet. All guns fire a Butcher Knife. That's a pretty good start. My general idea here is just that I want to try and conquer all of the areas as quickly as possible, because we've seen how powerful the new and rare camps are, as well as the new farm animals that you get from the second tier areas. So I want to try and get to and exploit those as quickly as possible. And then bounce back to these roses. I'm trying not to waste any time. I'd like to be able to have a decent amount of time planting stuff at the end of today. Especially since I have this rain cloud. I'm just going to want as many roses as I can get so that I can get 2 Megacrops of roses down at the absolute least. And using the rain cloud, get both of them out really early. That's just not so that I can marry someone super early, but just so that if there is an incredible item on offer from one of the spouses, I can just take it. Fat grub there over the chicken calicry. That was probably wrong, actually. Chicken calicry is quite strong, especially in the early game. That said, we are going to be exploring really much. Hang on. Hose, watermelon crops when you're energized. Interesting. So that's a new one. But I knew I was going to distract myself and then immediately lose my train of thought. We're going to be exploring more areas quickly, so we're not actually going to be back at the farm to pick up all of the eggs. So maybe it's not so bad. Fancy, fine footwork right there. We are still only in year 1 while I'm getting acclimatized to the new items in the game. Scroll, neat. The years will advance over the course of the series. Do not worry. Is that it? Feeling like that's it. Beautiful. And we get back just as dusk starts? A little bit longer than that, honestly. It'll have to do. I was also hoping for 1 more rose. In fact, should I go back out there and get another rose? Strongly concerned that might actually be the best way to handle this. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna go do it. Please find me a rose quickly. Rose, got it. As soon as I can drop this cloud, I will. No, with crops already in their place, this is just not gonna happen like I'd wanted. We'll have them ready for the second day at the absolute least, but still. Oh. Come on then. Let's be harvestable really quickly now. Oh. So we just get those and then pop these down. The reason I'm popping those down first is because I believe that with the rain cloud and the fact that cabbages grow quite quickly, we might actually get one of those before the end of the day. And that might contribute beautifully. And that should contribute to getting a better gun for the next 2 days. Yeah. Real unfortunate. We were probably about 10 seconds off of getting those roses. So basically, if we didn't have to take the... maybe I should have just planted a stack of 4. That was it. It was plant a stack of 4 early. Thankfully, the only thing I care really about here is ginseng. Stay energized longer. And it's not like horse levels of importance to me, so I'm okay with it. This one's easy. Assault rifle upgrade. Homing, it's the only upgrade I don't want. Game, please. Those roses are about to be harvestable, so I may as well stay here and plant down the new plants, especially considering I have an upgraded weapon. I'm going to be able to clear the other area regardless. That should be the last time. Yep, they each need to be watered. Alright, neat. Especially without the Megaton tractor that we had early on last time, we're gonna need a little bit of extra money here in the first season so that I can get myself a good weapon after I defeat the first boss. So I see homing hasn't been fixed. Well, if homing hasn't been fixed, I have to destroy all of the enemies that will errantly solicit my shots out of the mid-air. So I'm effectively just going to consistently fire here. So I have no pigs, but I'm pretty sure I have another cow at base already as part of the start. I should probably verbalize what I get at the very start just to clarify it for myself. It can just be difficult as so many things spawn at the same time. Weed Whacker, definitely. Moth Nest was fine last time, but Weed Whacker is Weed Whacker, and Weed Whacker will help me get energized faster, and then being energized faster helps me do everything else faster. Not loving backtrack in order to get to this. Organic armor? Not loving my reward so far. I mean, like, Daily Scroll on the first day is one of the best things that you can get. But other than that, like, pretty much everything is kind of so far being kind of useless. We'll see. They might help us bring some other build into fruition later, but currently they all kind of look like utility for a build that I don't really want to run. Like, what build benefits from having far more watering than any other builds? Because we already have way too much watering, and that's what we keep getting. More and more ways to water. Pretty sure... Yeah, cool. Just making absolutely certain I'd completed the area. Alright, that'll have to do. I'm not really gonna wait around to get more resources. Actually, planting these is gonna be slightly faster and get us into the energized states. Plant the rest. In fact, I have so many rain clouds, I might want to run one out now. So I'm gonna pop down that watering tractor. It gets us back some seeds. Not that I desperately need them. But the main reason to have it down... Almost tilled the wrong soil or broke the wrong top cross there. Top cross, rather. And then turret goes here, and then everything else is in its 2x2s. And all is right with the world. But yeah, we have so many rain clouds and need money early on, especially as this character, in order to snowball, so I'm happy to waste resources that I otherwise might hold. Not bad. Not good either. Cutting weeds decreases enemy bullet speed and increases move speed. Follows you and attacks enemies. Like, obviously, a drone for 3 is interesting. I am exploring. Fine. Yeah, chicken calicary. Second chance at taking that. Still don't want it. Alright. Don't need any of those items. Ugh. This sucks. All right, I'm not going to go to one of the second tier areas. My gun is just too garbage, and I don't have anything else in my power stats. Like, basically, I've got a Butcher's Bayonet and the stats up to help me here. I don't even have a tractor that would help me. So... kinda gotta go with not a great option here. Four. And then I'm still planning these in 2x2s just in case I get the participation trophy while I'm up in the north here. I have a lot of watering. I probably should have gone to the south, but I don't want to waste the time by double backtracking now. So yeah, I should have gone to the south then. Tractor's ready, but unfortunately doesn't really do much for us here. Bobber Shield versus... oh, that's Sprout Energy. Okay. Cloud happily. Like a couple more farm animal pickups here. Would be very nice before I have to go back. Take the golden hole, just because I don't yet have cleats. And that saves you a hell of a lot of time. Right up until you have cleats. And even when you have cleats, if your farm is large enough, it goes back to saving you a hell of a lot of time. It's interesting. It's useful when your farm is small in the early game and you don't have cleats, and when your farm is large and you don't want to walk all over your farm with your cleats. And in between, garbage. Really? Huh. Glad I kept an eye on that, otherwise I was about to walk away from the fastest pickup there. Okay. Yeah, it just gave me fresh roses, like actually fully harvested roses. Do I like that? See, my concern with that is getting that late in the game, like I got it last time, is useless. I'd already bought everything that roses were used for by that point. Not sure. Okay, so we cleared about probably half of this area, I'm going to say. We'll also take that to get back and set up our next harvest. I love just stealing this time away from the boss. Afraid this is my time to shine, friend. Honestly, just having that one turret there is enough. Also, I'm going to use my faster removal of weeds in order to get energized before I go and do everything else. So be kind of consistent throughout. Every time you come back, though, I'm willing to push you back into the depths. In fact, I should probably prioritize that. Ooh, even got a lesser earthquake for it. Lovely. I kind of hope that all of the scrolls that get given to us by the daily scroll happen to end up being... one sec. It's fully fertilized. There we go. Hope that all of those happen to end up being the lesser earthquakes, because those are actually still super useful even in their lesser form, whereas like lesser anemicry is garbage. Lesser blood rain is kind of garbage too. Bad. Make myself another block of floor for later. I don't have a growth aura right now, so it doesn't really matter where I stand. Okay, just get excess out. All right. I have a lot of trees early. Maybe I should be focusing on that. I've got 2 apple trees and 2 peach trees. I've also got a watering tractor. A lot of things pushing me in that direction now. Oh, hell yes! We got daylight savings. Days last longer. I need to know how much longer. But I don't remember how long days currently last for me, so whoops. I'll take that pig, especially considering how early it is in the game. We don't have an extra tractor slot, so I'm not going to go for like another tractor at the moment. But fertilizer is a little bit of a problem for me. Herbicide, cut an additional weed. We don't get credit for cutting that additional weed for whether or not we're becoming energized. And that's what I'm using cutting weeds for at the moment. I don't think I need the herbicide. I think I'll take the up there. Norman has the moth nest, release explosive moths when crops merge. I mean, if I take that, then I can marry Norman. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of exploration early, so yeah, let's marry. Extra 5 to my aggressive stats is pretty significant. Size and clip size. Honestly, yeah, if I could choose 2 upgrades, those would be them. Triple shot is fine, but it targets a lot of things that I don't intend to harm. That I have no need to harm, even. Quickly get that down. Get you as well. Fine. As soon as the ability to leave happens, I'm out of here. Golden pupa me. Did I already get the golden pupa in this area and I just forgot about it? It seems way too likely. I need to actually start utilizing the marking system. That being the same kind of like coin and card system that I had in the previous, the Undermine series, that is. The previous series. Take Harvest Moon. Because those, like, night is when I'm actually on the farm right now, so it's just a huge growth increase. Huge! I mean, I don't know the size of it, so it's just a growth increase for us. Gosh, I must have gotten it. Hang on, what would it have been? That was one. Oh, and then the beautiful bouquet of roses is what I got up here. That's why I don't remember it. But it was Daily Scroll, and then the other one... I don't remember. Just do not remember. Why do I still feel like I'm missing one? Because I am, right? But which is it? Put that down and then walk away. Let's go south. Right, that's one golden pupa reward. The second golden pupa reward was the roses. The final one was... No, I can't think of it. I don't have a super turret, do I? No, I don't have a super turret. Well, that'll forever remain a mystery to me. Until I go back to the north and I happen to find the remaining camp and the golden pupa and then hit myself. In like a facepalm fashion, not a self-harm fashion. More of a self-palm than self-harm. That only really works in my accent. the amount of times I'll think of a joke and then I'll like get ready to type it out in whatever format. Usually it's like a group chat or something like that. Not even a group chat, like a direct chat. It's just, it makes it sound less sad to be in a group chat, but I'll think of a joke and then as I type it out, I'll realize, oh yeah, this only works if I say it out loud. If I write it, it's either too obvious as the setup, or, this is the much more likely one, it just doesn't work because they would have to be reading in exactly the voice and tone that I am using in my head. Sometimes you can fit those by just adding a couple different words and then those words convey the tone for you, but especially when it's down to a pronunciation issue. Sorry, you're straight up SOL there, my friend. That one. Get rain cloud down as well. Get myself a bunch of seeds out of it too. One single earthquake is like 2 Anemocries worth of time for us. It's perfect. Because of the tilled soil. Meaning that it lasts for that long. I do have another Anemocry, so I will actually wait until these final ones come up, and then earthquake and Anemocry. Gosh. Turnips take way too long. Let's pull this up and then move it to a different location so it doesn't interfere with the growth of Megacrops. Even managed to harvest that before the end of the season? Lovely. Avian Placenta is really good though. I had to take that. And a gourd for 4 ain't bad either. Last run we had a whole ridiculous amount of gourds and also didn't die that run. I can't help but feel there's some sort of a connection there. If only I could identify it. Oh well. Moving on. That. Get both of those. Put that up. Put that down, fertilize them a little bit, and then I will actually run around finishing the fertilization on these. I'll finish the rest of that when I can. So this was the side I was still exploring, right? Almost certain of it. I'll look at it later. This is exactly what organic armor is made for. Using that without really suffering any damage. Ah! I don't even see what hit me there. It was one of the things from the plant upwards, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Oh, well. It's fine. As long as I immediately heal up, it's all okay. I can forget that it ever happened. Golden pupa. Show me what's up. Ooh, you are close. Backup tractor. Sorry, backup generator, not backup tractor. It's extra tractor and backup generator. Gotta remember that. Microchip and growth aura. I know that I have a turret by default as well as the drone that's following me, but growth aura, especially when it... Like, I'm assuming growth aura is stacking with Harvest Moon's growth bonus at the end of the season. Probably as well as the growth bonus from the watering tractor. I mean, I guess. Beautiful. I mean, this weapon is kind of wrecking all of them. I'll take an upgraded Anemocry, sure. So I still have no proof that these cows are actually any better. They just look different. But I still want the cow regardless there, so. Not really too much of a debate to be made. Just quickly try and get that hummingbird before I bounce. Actually, hang on. The first boss is about to come and take me, isn't it? No, wait, I killed the first boss. Ryan, how did you forget that? It happened 14 seconds ago, basically. In the grand scheme of things. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, humanity only started existing 12 seconds ago, right? Not 12 seconds ago, but, you know, if the universe, if the lifespan of the universe was scaled down to the lifespan of a human, then we've only been alive for, what is it, like the last 12 seconds or 12 milliseconds or something like that. I can't remember the exact statistic, but it's one of those things that brings into context those ridiculously large numbers that scientists love talking about so much. I always love the exercise of Graham's number to introduce the idea of unfathomably large numbers to people. And the best way to learn about Graham's number is through Day 9's explanation of Graham's number. If you have not seen Day 9's explanation of Graham's number, I would highly recommend it. Extremely highly. It's time for me to plant some of these myself, just for a little bit. Extra seeds of the bigger plants. Beautiful. And then... oh, I can do that again. Oh, hell yes. I'm basically now only going to be harvesting... aloe? Is it aloe? It's aloe. Don't want either of those. Take a shotgun and a couple upgrades. Take that final upgrade. Got back gun, damn. Obviously, I was hoping for toxic spores there. I can go there, and then the 2 coffee goes directly above. 2 more tomato that, and then pop that back down for more seeds. Lovely. Set that up and then bounce. So up here we have the 3rd tier area. I mean, I haven't finished exploring the southern area yet. I'm gonna veer out this way. I'm just looking for the bud that the golden pupa spawns. Yeah, it's right there. I knew it. And that's where the roses were. So did I just not get one for a different area? Ugh. Like, I know it happened super recently, but when you have so many different things to focus on in order to not just keep yourself alive, but also thrive in this game, it becomes real easy to forget each and every single one of them. These kinds of things are far more apparent as a viewer than they are as the person recording. So yes, I hear you screaming at your screen what actually happened, but I'm sorry. It is... the fact that I do not get to process the information in the exact same way is related to the amount of stress and multiple different things that have to be focused on at the same time. Because for you, the gameplay happens automatically. I'll be honest, a lot of the dodging happens automatically for me as well. I've spent a lot of time with twin stick shooters. I was actually... Gungeon was like my first God's Honest twin stick shooter, or rather the first God's Honest twin stick shooter that I stuck with for ages. Because obviously, like, Isaac has just the cardinal directions. So like free shooting for me was unnatural for a while, but very, very quickly became my much, much, much preferred way to play a twin stick shooter. Honestly, I don't know if I could go back to Isaac at this point. Not a huge dig against Isaac, although, you know, I had a couple different design issues with Isaac, especially near the end of his lifespan on my channel. And those, oh, got the hog in time, beautiful. Those appear to have only gotten worse by admission of the people who do play Isaac consistently. In NL's roguelike tier video, he spoke about Isaac highly, but also included the critique that Isaac has severe item bloat, and I stopped playing probably after Booster Pack 1 was released. So I can't imagine that would be a great experience for me. Considering there's only been more and more bloat since then. I'm gonna pop down some Atomicrops here just to be lazy, basically. Should also probably stay on the actual plot because I have the growth aura. I don't really want to use my fertilizer here, though. I want to save that for my better crops. Come on. It's time for you to get harvestable. Figured that soil was going to last a little bit longer. And I have the... Yeah, I do have golden hoe. Oh, right. No, I planted this after harvesting everything. Never mind. The universe is well. I had just forgotten the order of things. That honestly sounds like something that in a sci-fi film the protagonist might say after being supposedly brainwashed. The universe is well. I have just forgotten the order of things. But then they would do some sort of secret hand signal to show their team, actually, haha, I'm just pretending to be brainwashed. Someone write that. I want to watch it. Whiskey shot. Taking damage reduces tractor cooldown. I don't really like the whiskey shot in the game exclusively. I'm a big fan of whiskey outside of the game, but I do take damage often. But the thing is, the tractor that I currently have doesn't really benefit from being charged in that fashion. Because I don't get hit on my farm as often as I get hit while exploring, and that's the majority of it. Definitely going to take all guns, fire a missile. Thorn? Planting a seed destroys nearby enemy bullets is actually really good. I'll take that. Should I take a thorn as well? It's very early to be spending all of them. Is it? Borage could give me so much better things. Yeah, Borage could give me something better later. No choice but to take those. Actually, hang on. That was a earthquake, so I can actually earthquake. Pop that down, run away. Got him. Cleats, hell yeah! Cleats and the tilled soil. Working well in tandem, hopefully. Okay, I think I cleared the right side. Yeah, I just pointed out my fingers while they were on the... Ooh, triple axis, neat. It'll incentivize picking up bees. Yeah, I just used the L finger thing. Despite the fact that I didn't even get to look down at my hands, just doing it helped me recognize which was my left hand. I'm gonna take a hummingbird just on the suspicion that they will also work for trophallaxis. I'm probably wrong about that, though. Okay. Here's upgrade all of your seeds to top tier. We'll do that. Again, I don't know what that did. If anyone has actually, like, good information about what's going on with that guy, I'd love to know. When I ask questions like that, what I should probably say is, God's Demon, if you happen to know what happened there, I'd love to know. Hopefully we find the bunch of pressure warding crap. Neat. Probably not necessary, but neat nonetheless. I'm hoping to find all of the animals in the same pen, but maybe that's like a rare spawn. Maybe it's not actually something that happens every game. Like, they did say there are now rarer caps, but the precedent is that those things just, the rarity of them just means only one of them is available per run, or only 2 of them are available per run. Herbicide Blood, Turret Growth Aura, Thankful Crops. Great pickups. Yeah, Sprinkler Tractor. Non-flower crops in an area. Non-flower crops. Okay, so that's the confirmation that Sunflower doesn't work on, or rather that doesn't work on Sunflower anymore. And in fact, instead of saying non-sunflower, they said non-flower, so they might be interested in including more flowers in the game that are things that give you like an auto-harvest, or maybe have like non-traditional harvest patterns. That'd be really interesting. I could see like a... What's a place that grows a lot of flowers called? Like an orchid? Is it just an orchid? It's the orchid. I'm gonna take Rusty Shocks just because I do want to pick up more drones if they get offered to me. Take the Ramcloud and bounce. I don't have super much left to clear here, but I should really protect some of these at least. Beautiful. Get him. Beautiful. Just needed to get that down as early as possible. And then upgraded Rain Cloud as well. I may as well also pop down both of those just to get a bunch of extra seeds. Maybe I should have done that and then gone to the rare thing. Maybe I should be looking at my non-rare seeds when I talk to that guy as well, because I've noticed I've made the mistake of looking at only my rare seeds while I do the interaction every time so far. A horse, and I had exactly enough to get it. Mwah! Beautiful. Yeah, what a lovely thing to have happened. That's the good old traveling accent right there. The clear finish lies out this way, right? No! That's where I started my clear? Happy nonetheless to have encountered that. Alright. So I probably would have gone down this way. And I would have had to stop exploring at roughly this point. That's where I met on the other exploration. Yeah, so it's just this. And Crampons, Weed Stomp. All right. I mean, we even have the horse, so we can do, like, we can manage the whole farm real quick. I know I left stuff behind, but our speed is of the essence right now. Too far up. Would have already seen the bridge by that point, so I decided to double back. Never mind, I was wrong. These are things that over the course of my playing of the game will be refined. Because I am kind of just relying on a gut instinct informed by experience to tell me stuff there. Ooh, you are over this way. I stayed there just in case. In my wildest dreams, I wouldn't have guessed that it was going to be there, but it is. Neat. Starts up and bounce. I wonder if any items have been removed from the game, because there's a couple of golden items I haven't seen yet since the update. Worried that fertile eggs might be one of them. And while I do appreciate, you know, the majority of the new items, the one that just gives you a couple of roses for picking it up, not a huge fan. Feels like a whiff. Feels like a miss. Feels like a consolation prize. I guess if you get it super early and it gets you an earlier marriage, yeah, it could be worth it. But even then, I kind of prefer to handle that myself. Because oftentimes I do end up getting married by the end of Season 1 regardless. Let's see if I can actually clear this side before the end. Well, not before the end of the day, but before I go back to base, certainly. Earthquake. Pretty sure there was just... No, there wasn't one there that I missed. All right. So you got to get to about this point and then start cutting left. Still not missing anything. Oh, damn it. I thought I was done. And now I am. Nope, never mind. I was wrong again. But wrong in the happiest way possible, because this is actually the camp that I was looking for this whole time. Thank you. Now I can leave. Should try and get something else planted down already. Probably ought to use those first as well. Okay, neat. Really be using the other seeds now, though. It's just I have all these anemocries, so I feel like I have to pop those first. Again, like, fine. End of day score. Hang on, am I almost done? My explorations? I think I am. I think I just need the far left and I'm done. Damn, finishing explorations before... Oh, this will be Season 3. Never mind. It was actually quick. Nothing on the farm still needs watering, but I definitely don't need weed removal, so no turkey there. Plus, the farm is getting larger, what with all the hogs I took. All right, how much exactly am I getting out of this? 791, and I get to... Oh! 991, so it's exactly 200. Neat. Well, that it's a round number like that. Last time I encountered that, I had more fertilizer on myself by the time I started activating it than I expected, so I couldn't really accurately count how much it was giving. Another rain cloud. Keeping the whole rain cloud thing up is very, very important for us right now. Primarily because without the Megaton tractor, I'm going to need things to help my growth rate. I'm going to not take the Anemocry there. I think I'm going to go with the Earthquake. So that I'm incentivized to actually plant my own things. Coffee Cup. Become energized by killing enemies. Sure. It's up against Root Soldiers. I don't like Root Soldiers, so... Happy to take this. Till Missile, Scary Mask. Till Missile here. Rain Cloud. Okay, so now I'm energized, but there's no crops around here to till or anything to like, whoop. Never mind. Megaton tractor. Everything's good. What do I need now? Things to help me get my tractor ready faster. Again. That's it. That's all I need. And then... Oh my god, is that actually it? That's actually it. I think that's actually all I need. Okay. First things first. Pop that. Second thing second. Tomato, 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 tomato. No. On and on and on and on. It's fine. Yeah, it is the third season. Dang it. I almost tricked myself into thinking I was absolutely godlike. Thankfully, since I'm watering so many crops right now, I'm basically... Hey! I had a shield on! I was about to say basically invulnerable. What happened there, game? I had a shield on, I swear it. Actually, the Megaton tractor isn't even needed for getting these right now. Interesting. I can't even go back for the watering tractor if I want that over the Megaton tractor at this rate anyway, but that kind of seems like a poetic justice considering what happened last episode. And for those of you who don't know, nothing happened last episode. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's get 2 sunflowers down as well. This is basically just to give me the money for the following seasons. Seems like sunflowers take your fertilizer faster now as well. Absolutely gotta love that. Not bad, I think. Okay, so that was 2 mature giants. And so they previously were, now they're 30 apiece, and they previously must have been, what, because it was 2,100 you would get for 50 of them. It was maths at the time. Maybe it's just, excuse me, giving you a different amount of seeds or something. Lord, love to see it. Yeah, love to see it. A root soldier as well as bridge repair materials. I'd love to be able to take all of those. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do right now. I hate both of these guns. Increased chance of dropping rare seeds and trees. So I'm guessing that is the flying squirrels being rebalanced and now has an increased chance of that as well. Because usually it says chance to drop chance to deal triple damage and drop a seed. So I'm guessing the balance change that was made to this is now has an increased chance of dropping rare seeds and trees. I don't really want rare seeds and trees right now. Like, I'm actually one away from on 2 different trees, so Date and Peach, for actually making a giant mega tree. That would be 4 different mega trees. Maybe I should go explore those areas and fight a bunch of enemies in them to try and get these mega trees. Take the blunderbuss and all the upgrades though. So I am definitely going to run out of fertilizer whilst doing this. That's okay. I'm effectively just trading it in for money right now. Worse things could be done. I'm a little sad that I'm going to get kind of tragic money out of all of these now. Oh well. It's fine because it kind of has to be fine right now. God. I find this game so novel and the gameplay loop's so interesting because it's multi-layered between 2 things that just don't seem like they fit together at all, but God, they fit together so well. Because I love the calm, meditative experience of farming in something like a Stardew Valley or something like that. And I love the relationship mechanics in that as well. I find it really cute. And then obviously I adore Gungeon. And games that have like a kind of like true test of skill, as well as games that have a depth of mechanical mastery. Let's just put them all together in ways that, just all about it. I'm very on board. Extremely into it. Harvest all of these. Apparently I got vinaigrette at some point. I didn't realize. Give me a little more fertilizer. But honestly, at this rate, I'm just setting up to pop that down and get all the fertilizer. Yes. While I turn these into Megacrops, I'm actually just going to be destroying pretty much everything that wants to step to me. Step to me, you'll get stepped on. I like that there's kind of like now more support for the build of I will ignore the fighting minigame and just focus on the farming minigame. If I'm good enough at that, it'll take care of the other. Obviously, Moth's Nest is the biggest one that's pointing towards that. But also, now that I'm taking like Harvest Shield and Bubble Shield more commonly, I'm experiencing it more commonly as well. Start just throwing seeds in the ground as well. Because what? If I end the game with all of these seeds, what do I get? Nothing? I get nothing for ending the game with a ridiculous amount of seeds? Might as well try and plant them then. This would be so much better with a participation trophy, though. Thankfully, with the, it's not Harvest Shield, it's whatever's doing the pop effect every time I plant something that deletes the bullets. What is it, actually? It's very important I know. Harvesting a crop destroys nearby enemy bullets. It's not that. It's the Sow Shield. There we go. It's Harvest Shield and Sow Shield. Right, I gotta remember. Those are similar. Right, planting a seed destroys nearby enemy bullets. It also kind of just blanks the area, pushes things away. It's perfect. So damn useful. I wouldn't have gotten half of these down without that. My season totals are kind of garbage right now in a way that's making me very, very concerned. Scarecrows deal more damage. I didn't know Scarecrows initially did deal any damage, but I'm very glad to see that now. There are some synergistic items with Scarecrows, that is. Pull those up. So I basically just got tomorrow and then it's nuclear winter as well, so it is time to start doing all of this. And maybe I should just consider every area explored. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm a little light on exploration for one of the areas, but I can't really bother going back at this point. It's not that I can't be bothered going back, it's that I can't bother going back, otherwise I will not be able to utilize my time effectively. It's much, much more effectively served here, just turning all this into money. I don't know why I dropped that second one, I didn't need to. I gotta say, love the amount of root soldiers just running across the screen at the same time. You're looking stunning, friends. If only the final boss fight was actually not, you know, based on the farming minigame. I'm saying a minigame, it's not a minigame. Like, it's almost derogatory to call it that. I apologize. It's a heavily integrated part of the game. It's just, if the boss actually wanted me to deal damage, I could blow it up so quickly. Just one earthquake, and everything dies. In fact, till missiles would do it for me. Till missiles plus just walking. I mean, knowing that these can create 4x4s and how powerful those are, 4x4s, 2x2s rather, we should probably be building into that. Almost gotten rid of all of the rest of the seeds that are distracting me from my good seeds in my inventory. Almost. I'm afraid almost is not close enough. Okay, and beautiful. And all of these are already harvestable. Don't even need to drop the Megaton tractor. It takes me so long to plant things that everything is harvestable by the time that I'm ready to drop the Megaton tractor in order to get them ready for harvest. Fine, there are a few holdouts there. I'll do them myself. half bad, not half bad. You know what? I'm going to start getting some trees down as well. In particular, mega trees. Without exploring other areas, I can only get the 2 mega trees down, the bananas and the apples, but I think the bananas and the apples pay out more as well. I'm not entirely certain, but they are from higher tier areas. This is not looking like a good score run, I gotta be honest. It's really not looking like a good score run. Okay. Double chance to, chance to deal double damage and drop a fertilizer chunk. Ooh, fertilizer chunk. It used to say fertilizer. And I think a fertilizer chunk is the large groups of fertilizer that the slug drops. Yeah, I'm rich enough that I can buy another weapon afterwards if this doesn't work out. I'm gonna try this out. Neat. Was it the ones in the north? One of them's not complete. I don't think it's this one. Do a quick kind of semi-loop just to make sure that it's not like an obvious... No, it's not. Okay. I don't think it's this one. I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna check the right side now. Feels like this is probably the one, but... yeah. Never mind. Yeah, definitely never mind. This looks like it's not. All right. Next hole I see. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, one more time. We'll try the left, because I'm almost entirely certain I full cleared the south. You know what? I'll probably check that as well. There's not really that much else to do today, because I haven't even got that many seeds left. Yeah, I got some, but those are ones that I probably want to plant near the start of the... or rather during the battle. Yeah. Yeah, there was nothing. Really need to mark these down. But I could swear blind that I cleared the south is the thing. One of them doesn't have to be unclear, right? But I strongly thought I'd left one of them half explored. I owe it to myself, especially in the name of new content possibilities, to find it. But again, you know, not like there's much else I could have done today. Okay. Fine. Nothing. I've just got to have a little bit more faith in myself, having cleared these areas beforehand. Just gonna get all those off my farm real quick. There we go. It's carrot of the stick, and I'm all out of carrots. All right. Here to sing me a lullaby. So your other line, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Dealing with the Undertaker in this way is not great. Kinda just wish I had a shotgun that was gonna finish it off a lot faster. So at this point, I'm mostly just going to be relying on those trees to get me through the next season. So I can't really see any fertilizer chunks haven't been dropped yet. It's probably not functioning in the way that I'd hoped, sadly. That said, still might as well pop down all the rest of our stuff. Yeah, we should have enough time to get it all down. I do also want those trees down. As well. Might as well pop down this sunflower and start building it. Two trees short of the absolutely perfect tree. Can't believe it. They don't join and actually make anything new, by the way, so it's not like we're missing something huge here. It's just a goal that I have for myself. I've done it a couple times in casual play, but not out here. Neat. And I have one more date to put there. And then I'll pop just like an extra apple and extra banana tree off to the side. Yeah, this is not going to be a good scoring run. It just defined what it did way too late. And in fact, was still changing what it did throughout the majority of the run. Really wish I could pick up these cornucopias without having to press the extra F, or the roses, or the health. Seems unnecessary. Alright. Deal a bunch of damage before this even starts. Love it. Bananas, we go up here. So make sure it's raining, it's all good, and then boom, bomb that area and it all gets harvestable again. Got him. So when it matures crops on a tree, it just gets that tree ready to harvest. Yeah, that's an absolute garbage score. That's what happens when you don't really define your build well enough. If at the point I picked up the watering tractor, I actually turned down the Megaton tractor or left the Megaton tractor there later to pick up. Importantly, I believe if you don't pick up a tractor at all, it will stay there later. You saw as we were exploring the areas at the very end there that the tractors we didn't pick up were still available. So if we'd left the Megaton tractor and tried to make the big tree earlier, I think we might have actually benefited from that. Giving up that watering tractor actually gave up our way of making money because our huge thing before that was getting a lot of the high-level, high-tier crops and running those out. The problem is we didn't have enough fertilizer, ultimately, to run a strat like that for particularly long. So we really, really, really should have seen that. Gone, don't have the fertilizer. Okay, what's good with not having that much fertilizer? Trees. I have most of the trees right now. I might as well either continue exploring to find the 2 remaining trees, which is a little more unreliable, or just pop the watering tractor down on them constantly until I end up with a couple mega trees. Oh well. That said, I even don't know how mega trees would have ultimately ended up scoring because the final days of wildly harvesting were the only things that really kept us ahead. But if I had the mega things and then the mega trees, and then I went back and got the Megaton tractor, and then I was using the Megaton tractor just to harvest those trees all at the same time, maybe that would have been way more effective for us. I don't know. Hindsight's 20/20. But it's important that I keep these things in mind so that I can think about them in the future when I encounter a similar situation. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Atomicrops. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.